feels like a big year for Lamar Jackson, too, on the heels of the contract. And you could argue that there are a couple of dropped passes away from being 5-1. That Pittsburgh game didn't really help him out. How is it going for Lamar Jackson this year, and if there is any added pressure since the signing of the new contract?
Yeah, we've asked about that. He says, look, there is no added pressure. But at the end of the day, to your point, you sign that sort of contract, and there is pressure to perform. And we haven't seen that kind of explosiveness that I think a lot of people would have expected coming into the season. Again, this is an offense that seems to be still finding its footing and trying to, be in sync. There's been a lot of miscommunications. They've talked about that. Odell Beckham's missed a couple of games. Rashad Bateman missed some action. So, this is a team that's dealt with a lot of injuries, really on both sides of the ball, offensive line, secondary, and so forth. They're now about as healthy as they've been all year. So I would expect, at some point you've got to move past, trying to say, hey, we're just not in sync yet. Here we are, week 6. At some point, this has to click in a more explosive manner. And this week could be that week. We'll find out. Detroit is, as I said, one of the better defenses in the NFL.
Hey, Brian, let me ask you about John Harbaugh, too. Obviously, here in Michigan, we're big Harbaugh fans.
Say the least.
But this feels like a big year for John Harbaugh, too. Does it not? I mean, 16, 17 years, whatever it is, in Baltimore. We see it with Bill Belichick in New England. We see it with Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. How much longer does it feel like that voice is fresh in Baltimore?
It's a great question. And, John Harbaugh is the third longest tenured coach in the NFL, behind Bill Belichick, behind Mike Tomlin. He's got a couple years left on his contract. Look, I think this is the point. They're at the point, really, where these next couple of years are critical. This is a team that spent more money on offense than any other team in the NFL this season. Of course, a lot of that has to do with Lamar Jackson's contract, but they brought in guys like Odell Beckham. They brought in Nelson Aguilar, a number of other high-priced players on the offensive side of the ball, on that offensive line, guys like Ronnie Stanley and so forth. So this is a team that has spent more money on offense than any other team in the league, and spent the second most money on both sides of the ball than any team in the league, behind just the Jets. So you spend that kind of money, the expectation is a championship. So this is a critical window, these next 2 years, for them to try to get that done. And if it doesn't happen, you do have to wonder, I think, about John Harbaugh's future beyond that point.